What's up YouTube, McNutter here, and today we're going to evolve over 20 Gen 3 Pokemon. So you can see here, we're starting today with just 283 caught Pokemon in our Pokedex, with 302 seen. By the end of this episode, we'll have over 300 Pokemon caught in our Pokedex. So without further ado, let's pop a lucky egg and get these evolutions started. First things first, we're going to evolve this 100% IV Snorunt that I found. Have yet to find a shiny Snorunt, although one of my friends was successful. He throws it in gyms all the time, makes me super jealous. So I believe the shiny Galilee actually has red eyes. I think the rest of his sprite is completely normal, except for his eyes are red. So that's a nice little indicator. Very cool. The only other 100% IV Gen 3 Pokemon that I've collected is this here Zangoose. He doesn't evolve into anything, so we can skip right over him. But let me mention real fast that Zangoose and Seviper have just switched sides of the world. Their regions have migrated, which is very cool, but we have no words so far about Fussel and Minun, whether or not those regionals have switched as well. I don't think they have, but we'll have to see. I'm gonna go ahead and skip over the Barboach evolution because I've already caught a Whiscash in the wild. Same goes for Delcatty. I've already found one in the wild. I have plenty of candies to do my own evolutions, but we're just gonna skip it for now. And of course the same thing goes for Zigzagoon and Lanoon. You guys aren't interested in doing this. I'm sure you have your own by now. Let's just keep it rolling. Alright. Evolving Poochyena, who is essentially the Houndour or Houndoom of Gen 3. Just a nice little dog Pokemon. Wow, Mightyena looks sick. Although he's got this goofy gap in his teeth. Do you see that? Alright, next up we have Spoink. I love catching Spoink because they jump around the screen, they're a little bit evasive, they're pretty fun to catch. And his evolution looks hilarious, one of the funniest looking Pokemon in Pokemon Go. Grumpig. Such a weird Pokemon. And he just does that little dance. Next up we have Gulpin, who reminds me a lot of Flubber. And so we're gonna evolve our Flubber here, and he turns purple into Swalot. Not a very important Pokemon to have, but he does look cool, and I'm sure as heck naming him Flubber. Next we have Electrike, the electric dog Pokemon. I like to think this is what Pikachu would look like if he were a dog instead of a mouse. Very cool. Next we have Meditite into Medicham. Pretty interesting Pokemon, seeing as he's fighting Psychic. There could be some good movesets for him, but generally his CP cap is just going to make him irrelevant to the current meta. Oh, and would you look at that, we've earned our medal for registering 40 Pokemon in the Hoenn region. Well, let's just get back to it. Alright, finally, let's get to the good ones now. Spheal's a 3-stage evolution into Walrein. Walrein's going to be similar to Lapras, good ice-type attacker, but generally it's going to cost more candies to get Walrein than Lapras, so it's kind of neither here nor there. Healcelio, the mid-tier evolution, but we're going to keep going. We want that Walrein. And there he is, Walrein with 1800 CP. He's got that goofy Parliament looking wig. One of the funniest looking Pokemon in Pokemon Go, but at least he's applicable. And he's not meta relevant, but Wurmple is also an interesting evolution. Currently, it's a random evolution into his 2 different forms. So this here is Cascoon, who evolves into Dustox. I believe now we want a Silcoon to evolve into the other one that I always forget the name of. Not what we wanted. Don't want another Cascoon. Oh, and the evolution after it is 50. Alright, well, we can at least try to get a Silcoon. Let's keep going. Let's get one. Silcoon, there we go. So we'll be able to evolve Silcoon soon enough, but no rush there. Next up is Makuhita, a new fighting type in Gen 3. He evolves into Hariyama here, who is actually pretty good. He's a good substitute for Machamp, if you don't have enough Machamps. Oh my god. 2,490 CP from the get-go with counter and dynamic punch. Awesome. Can't wait to put him to use. And oh boy, it's getting exciting here. We're getting down to the good ones. Next we have Seedot, who evolves into Nuzleaf. Alright, and here we go to Shiftry. Now in the Pokemon Game Boy games, Shiftry required a Leaf Stone in-game in order to evolve, but here it's just 100 candies, no rare items required, and there we go, another Pokedex entry. So Shiftry and Sceptile are going to be the two main grass-type attackers for this generation. This is my second Grovyle evolution since Gen 3 into a Sceptile. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. I think it's pretty good. Ooh, much higher CP, and I know higher IVs on this one. Alright, I've been waiting so long for this one. It's going to be a good one. Torchic. I'm sure you guys have noticed the increased spawns of Torchic, Treecko, and Mudkip. They've been popping up a lot more than I had ever seen before. And there we go, Combuskin. Very nice. But that's not what we want. We want the full thing. 2,180 CP. Gonna have to power him up and fix his moveset. What is that? Brave Bird? Get that out of here. Oh boy, here we go. Ralts. This one and Slack Off took me a while. I refused to use any rare candies because as soon as they were released, a lot of people said that slacking was not worth investing Stardust or rare candies into. So I heeded their warning, and I was able to collect all the Ralts and Slack Off I need for these evolutions. And there we go, Gardevoir, the best psychic attacker for Gen 3 so far. 2,380 CP, unpowered up. I think overall I'm going to end up using some Stardust on Gardevoir just to get her further up in my attackers list. And last but certainly not least, we're going to evolve my Slack Off into a Slacking. You guys know the CP potential of Slacking, but it's off-put by the fact that he knows Yawn as his only fast move. It deals 0 damage. And overall, it kind of ruins the effect of Slacking having such a high CP, except for it's a really impressive number, you get to show it off. Surprisingly, Vigoroth's CP goes to 2,000 as a second stage evolution, which alone blows my mind. But here we go. This is the evolution. We've worked so hard going sloth hunting every other day, in partly cloudy weather especially. Oh, and there he goes. He's so big. What's the CP gonna be? I don't even want to look. I'm guessing above 4,000? Is that unreasonable? I think his CP goes to 5,000 at least. I think this one's over 4,000. Let me look. 4,177. That is beyond anything in my Pokedex. That's insane. Almost 1,000 CP higher than my highest Pokemon. I've been playing this game for the entirety of Pokemon Go since day one. And just 2 weeks of sloth hunting and I'm able to get a Slacking that beats anything in my Pokedex. Given he only knows Yawn, gonna rename him Slack King because he is the king. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me how high CP your Slacking is, how you're doing on your Gen 3 Pokedex so far, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.